Hello, hello, hello. That's me testing my mic every time I do that. It's not letting you guys hear how bad my voice is. Hello, and welcome to the Kathy J Show. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you're good. You had a good morning so far. You know, a lot of kids in the metro area are going back to school. It's happening. My oldest daughter, Avery, she started 3rd grade today, everybody. Isn't she? Look at how cute she is. I just love her. She had her little puffs put in. Thank you, Katie, for coming over and helping me put the puffs in my daughter's hair. She was so excited to get back to school. She was so excited to see her friends, to get into the learning again. She didn't care that she was wearing a mask. She wore a mask last year every day. She didn't care about that. But the point is, for me, I'm here with you. So thank goodness my husband's working from home right now because I couldn't get her to school and be here with you at the same time. So hi, baby. Thank you for doing that. You know, before I had kids, I never thought twice about daycare. Why would I care what you do with your kids? I wish you well. But that's not the attitude to have, everybody. We all need to work together, because I remember back in college, I lived in this apartment building, and there was a mom, and she had a young little girl named Samantha. So cute, right? And her daycare, it seemed like her daycare was always falling through, and it started messing with her job. So then she started falling behind on the bills because she didn't have the money, because she kept missing it because she couldn't find daycare for her kid. You see all that? You see how that keeps going in a circle? So just a real big props to all of my single parents out there. I don't know how you do it. I really don't, because I have a good husband and it's still hard. So I don't know how y'all do it. So here's the thing though, with Tammy and Samantha. So Tammy had to rely on strangers, literally, to help her with Samantha. So when she was like going to work and stuff, I sometimes took care of Samantha, and I was just a college kid. I had no experience with kids. About probably once, twice a month, maybe for a whole year, I was babysitting little Samantha, and I wasn't the only person in the building, okay? There were other people in the building that were also babysitting Samantha, and I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be able to breathe knowing that while I was at work, a stranger was with my kid. Like, who's with my kid? Is it somebody that's like, I mean, the cycle just keeps going and going and going. You don't know who you're leaving your kids with. So the thing is, do they have a boyfriend that's coming over that I don't know about? You know, like, what do you really know how to raise kids? Are you going to leave them alone? Look, we would die if we didn't know that our kids were safe every day. And there's so many parents out there that go to work knowing that. How terrifying that must feel for them. So today, I want to help you, because I know people that can help you. Did you know that our brains between 0 and 5 years old, that's when they are the sponges. They are absorbing so much developmentally, and that's why we need to protect those kids, because so many parents, they're just like, oh, this is my little road dog. I just carry my little kid everywhere, and you worry about it when they go to school at 5 years old. No, no, no. There's so much that you need to be doing to help their little brains grow so that they have a great perfect head start in their life, okay? They're trying to figure out how to just make it through the world, and there are people out there that can help you raise your kids to the best that you can to give them the best possible education, okay, everybody? So my guest today, Mary, she's very excited to share all of her news with you, and she's very excited to share her story with you, everybody. There's a place here in Denver, and there's other places in the other counties, don't worry, everybody, but there's a place here in Denver that strives to give your kid the best chance you can in education and at daycare. And we will be right back to talk to Mary about it. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the show. So we know that with the pandemic, many families have been struggling, from food and rent to childcare. There's a lot of things that are in need right now, and the struggle is ongoing and will continue for some time, let's be honest, okay? So we're not past it yet, folks, but don't worry, because Denver Great Kids Head Start is here to help. So Mary Pat McNeil is their Director of Family Services, and she's with us today. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Thanks
Kathy,
for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell everybody what the program is.
So we are a real comprehensive program, 0 to 5.
Yeah.
We have early Head Start and Head Start. We serve families that are struggling, low-income families, and we serve kids that have special needs. We serve kids that may have mental health needs, but we really, our main thing is to make sure that we give kids a really good head start as far as their transition onto kindergarten and their family as well.
Now, this is a program through the city and county of Denver, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to be a resident of Denver to get these programs, but there's other programs similar like this in every county, correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
and,
good.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the importance of early learning, because
Sure.
When I had girlfriends, young mothers, I remember the kid was always around us all the time, and it was never in school. Mm-hmm. DJ was never in school, until he had to go to school.
Right.
So tell us why it's important. What's happening with our brain development from 0 to 5 years old?
This is a time, a lot of times people think preschool is just play. They're just, but play is extremely important. Mm-hmm. This is the time when children are exploring their environment. They're learning how to socially engage with another child.
Yes.
They are, having meal time during, serving themselves their own meals.
Yeah.
So, learning how to pour the milk, learning how to, pour the cereal, those kinds of things.
It's funny because you think that we just know how to do that.
Yeah.
You think that it just comes naturally but somewhere along the lines we were taught how to pour and get our own cereal and do all that.
Right. So it's a lot of the self-help skills,
that you learn in preschool.
Yeah, and enabling children to explore their environment, to explore, the outside. There's outdoor time every day.
People think our brains can't take a lot because we're just starting out in the world, but they are firing on all cylinders.
Definitely.
At that time, right? Anything you throw at them to learn, they're going to absorb it.
Yeah, and I, for mirror neurons, I'm not sure if you're
Go
familiar
for it.
with
That
that,
sounded good. Good bless you.
Yeah. Well, as babies, when you are looking at your child as a baby, as an infant, and a mommy's cooing and the child's reciprocating and doing the smiling back and forth, those are building neurons in the brain. Our little ones are just soaking up everything we do.
Yes.
And, having all of those types of appropriate stimulation around them and, that calm environment to really be able to help their brains discover and to learn and to grow.
Yes, so we want to get them the best way to get their brains growing, and so to do that, we got to help out their parents.
Yes, we do.
Okay, yes,
definitely.
We do.
Yeah.
And that has to do with rent, and you even have coaching help, you have food help. Tell everybody about that.
So we do work with the Office of Financial Empowerment.
Yes, you have like 7 places you work with,
yeah,
right?
oh, that's our coaching help, actually, with a lot of the financial pieces.
Okay.
But we do have 7 delegates, and so those are Catholic Charities, Clayton Early Learning, Denver Public Schools, Family Star, Mile High Early Learning, Sewell Child Development, and Volunteers of America.
Nice, you did good. You did good. And those are all the places you read, your sources go out to.
Right. Yeah, those are where our children are. And
I love that.
And so we serve 1,344 children throughout Denver Metro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're serving their parents too.
We are. We are. We have family services support, and so really our job is to engage and empower with the family from the first hello.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that they know that their family is important, that we want to support their child.
Right. It doesn't matter what's happened in your life. If you have that kid, we want to help you make sure that the kid's going to have a good head start.
Right.
And whatever we can do to get you to give them a safe environment is what is the goal.
It is a safe environment and an educationally rich environment.
Yes.
And so, as you were saying earlier, you want to know that when your little heart is walking through that door, because it's really our children are our little hearts walking through that door outside of our bodies, right? Yes. And so we want to make sure that their day is, really supportive and rich and enriching, and that when you pick them up at the end of the day, that they're so excited to tell you about what they did and what they learned and about their new friends.
Oh, it's the cutest thing too. I love it.
Yeah,
it is. So can you share a story that you have with me about you have a woman that was experiencing domestic violence? Is that we do work a lot with Rose Andom Center. I'm not sure if you've heard of Rose Andom Center. I haven't heard of Rose, but I'm going to. I'll tell you that
Rose
much.
Andom Center is a really comprehensive place for working with with families who have experienced domestic violence. And so, you know, if a family has court, they have childcare at their site. If a family needs protection orders, they support with that. You know, so they're a really good resource for us to work with. You know, we just have wonderful community partners in Denver.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have the supports that we have. But we did have one mom recently. She had, I think she has 4 children, and they were living in their car. They have gone through domestic violence. The younger children really had some sensory issues and that kind of thing. And I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the weighted blankets.
Yes.
But that can be like a hug.
Yes.
That really can be supportive. We had a couple of blankets made for those children.
The kids.
Yeah. You know, especially in that car, you need any kind of comforts that you can. They went into kind of an emergency housing now, and they've been placed.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, so many women, survivors of domestic violence, a lot of times they weren't working, so it's hard for them they're not the breadwinner in the family,
Right.
so it's hard for them to take the kids and the animals, get out of a bad situation, because who's going to keep the roof over my head?
Exactly.
So it's awesome that you're there to help make sure that the roof's over their heads so the kids can get to school.
Yeah.
And life can keep moving for them in the right way that they need to develop.
Yeah, and Office of Financial Empowerment, we do refer to them a lot because they have coaching services. So, you know, they also have services where they know how to support families that maybe, you know, be late on their rent or being evicted.
Yes.
And they have a lot of eviction resources and things like that. So COVID has hurt a lot of our families. You know, it's those, and a lot of new families I think we're going to see this next year, because a lot of families that were living on the edge, this has really pushed it. Yeah, we had a daddy recently where the mommy passed away from COVID. He had to move here from another state. He to get support with his kids, and you know, his financial situation changed drastically. And so, you know, you may think that this is, you know, low income, that you've had to be in a certain spot, you know, that you wouldn't qualify. I want to say to everyone out there, if you're needing this, if your financial situation has changed, call us, you know, let us know, let us talk to you about what's happening and see if you qualify or where we can refer you.
Right, that's what I was going to say, everybody. If you don't qualify for the eligibility requirements that you have there, you know of all the other resources that are happening that you can direct these people. We don't want you suffering, everyone. No. Yeah, so there's wonderful people like Mary Pat everywhere trying to help people get on their feet. So there's so much more to talk about with Mary. We will be right back everywhere. Everybody, don't go anywhere.
Kathy J.
Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness.
Kathy J.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We're here with Mary, Denver Great Kids Head Start. We've been talking about all the assistance and the different services that are available for families right now that are in need in Denver. There's also mental health needs. We have to cover this. That's very important. Yeah. All right, Mary, you brought some really cool things to tell us about it. So tell us about mental health with the kids that you're seeing.
Yeah, we know that the pandemic, we had a period of time when all families were home, you know, and then slowly families came back. You know, we were doing virtual services, and they are in the classrooms again, and we're so thankful for that.
Yes.
We do know that the pandemic has had lasting effects on families, and you know, there's a number of stresses that contribute to that. You know, there's you know, employment has been totally different. Food needs, food scarcity has been hard. And
the basic fundamental things we need to live have been shifted. And
they
so
really
it's
have.
Natural that we're all freaking out right now. Yes, exactly. And our kids are seeing it.
Exactly.
You can't hide it from the kids.
No.
But there's ways you can help the kids.
Well, right. And one of these, Leanne Martinez is our education director. So is and Angelita Guerrero, and this is one of the items that Leanne got for delegates with children who were experiencing more social emotional needs.
Okay.
And so these are cozy corners. And
it's a place to go hide, everybody.
It is.
I never thought about that because my
yeah.
girls have a tent,
Yeah.
and I never thought about saying go in your quiet space.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great idea.
And the biggest thing is when you say that, you know, like to go in your quiet space, for this not to be used as a timeout type of a measure.
Right, it's not.
It's a safe space. It's a place to self-regulate. You know, there's a book that Leanne picked out to go with it, a feelings book, and it was in English and Spanish, and then a timer, like it's one of those, the liquid comes down and it's a visual timer for kids to, very calming, very soothing. You know, if you don't have one of these, they're pretty easy. You could even do a blanket across a chair for a child at home. You know, put a flashlight in there, and etch a sketch, things like that. But just some place for them to realize, you know, that they are able to have control over their emotions, not their emotions have control over them.
You're absolutely right. You're right. And
what
a fun place, because I think there's some adults that could use the
yes,
tent.
definitely. My bathroom is usually my safe space.
Mine's the laundry room. So I totally
you know, I mean.
But you also, during the pandemic, you were providing counseling sessions as well.
Support.
You were actually going to people's houses, standing outside the fence and talking to them.
Well, they were actually the fence at our locations. So when the children would come in, we work with Denver Health, and so we have wonderful mental health support.
Love that.
And they would go actually outside of the fence of the sites, and during drop off, because even the parents weren't coming into the facilities. You couldn't.
Right.
And so you know, they would kind of communicate with the kids, communicate with the teachers, you know, be able to observe and give some suggestions. They would do a lot of iPad, you know, sessions with the families, and they were just itching to get in there to support. These people have hearts of gold.
Yep.
Laura Dones is the health director for us for Denver Great Kids Head Start. She works with Denver Health, and she established a phone number for our Head Start
call
families.
if they need help.
Yeah, if they need help, if they have questions around health, if they had questions around mental health.
If you're feeling left alone right now, everybody, you're not. You need to just get a hold of Mary and all of the resources that she has. Put your little weighted blanket on you, and it's like a thunder jacket that you put on dogs,
yeah, that
right?
one's a little different than our weighted, but it's just anything like that. Those are the cozy things that really help to soothe the child.
And you know what I really want to also talk about is food.
Yeah.
Because food is so important. I mean, the kids, you need good nutrition so that your brain is growing right, so that you can get to school and give it your best shot.
Yeah.
You give away what, 50,000 tons of food?
50,000 pounds of food, yes.
Pounds
and so,
in the past year?
Yeah, since the pandemic. And so you know, Volunteers of America, they've been giving out food not only to our families, but the community on Fridays, along with Family Star. Family Star has been at the food game for a long time.
Yes.
And they were even doing like Uber rides for families that couldn't get there.
There is
to
that
come
too.
And get food.
Yes,
you know,
that's
and
awesome.
so you know, they did everything and anything they could to really support families, you know.
And the food, people just go, because a lot of times if the kid doesn't bring that food home on Friday, the family doesn't eat over the weekend.
No.
You see that more times than not. And if you have families that are living in their cars, I mean, there's so many different situations out there for what people are dealing with. And if single parent, not single parent, employed, not employed, you can help these families.
Yeah, we really want them to see the wealth of opportunity that we have, you know, for their children and for their family.
Take it, yes.
Yeah.
Mary, you are a mother of a Head Start child.
I had an early my kids were both in early Head Start.
Okay.
And my daughter Mallory, she's 24 now. She has Angelman syndrome.
Okay, and that is?
She's missing part of her 15th chromosome.
Okay.
And she would actually have about 400 seizures a day as a child.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
She's nonverbal, but she went to Clayton Early Learning, and you know, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. You know, her feeding was different. She didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Her health needs were pretty extreme. I was a young mom. You know, I got WIC. Her formula was $30 a can.
Oh my God.
You know, it really helped our family. It helped me with the transition to the next phase, you know, and families just need to know that the next door will open.
Yes.
You know, and we want to walk through that with them. And you know, those supports that I've received, this work is my passion, it's my heart.
Because you've seen it work
Yes.
firsthand.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we want to help families. We want to make sure that they feel you know, support and balance, and so that they can keep going.
It's that easy, everybody. So if you want more information about everything that we've been talking about today, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't cry, Mary. Go to denvergov.org/Head Start, everybody. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on.
Kathy J.
Talk. It all goes so fast. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Thank you so much to my partners, Ramos Law, FitMD, Oakwood Homes, and Colorado Lottery. Everybody have a good day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much, Mary.
Bye. Thank you.